Hello friends, J-Dog here bringing you another Dota 2 video in which I'm going to be talking about something that's not really Dota related. Why I quit Dota Alchemy. So if you don't want to hear a long rambling speech about something that's not really directly related to the video game, click away. That's totally okay. I don't judge you for that. That's totally fine. But I owe the community a reason for why I left. So I of course, wanted to make this video. I do have a script in front of me. I do want to let people know I have like a skeleton script. I'm too stupid to just wing it. I'm not as smart as Donnie. I know he did a video and he probably just wung it because he can do that. But it's hard for me. So to me, Dota Alchemy is three different things. It's the community, it's me, and it's Donnie. We didn't really have any like proprietary intellectual property, anything like that. You know, Game Leap has their website. A traditional business, they would have like inventory. They would have their storefront, their what's it called? Their employees. Like they would have a lot of things, right? So maybe I have a really naive way of thinking about it in terms of I know the brand is value and so forth, but really to me, I think like if Donnie and I both got hit by a truck, all that would be left with Dota Alchemy is the community, which is something. But I think if you were to, somebody else were to pick it up, you couldn't really sell that channel and have it work because it's about the community's interaction with us. It's about that dynamic. So it's a little weird, and that's why honestly this has been something that I've thought about for a long time, but I didn't really want to break that dynamic, if that makes any sense. But one thing I do want to say, actually, before getting into it, is that I know a lot of people probably are expecting drama. There's no drama. This is purely just a life decision that I kind of felt like I had to make for myself. And, I understand that can be a little bit selfish, but it's something I had to make at some point, and I do hope people can understand. So I want to give you a little bit of backstory to kind of explain why I left without drama. You'd think there would be drama for somebody to leave a channel like that. But basically, in university, I had an epiphany that I really wanted to make games for a few reasons. I started off in business because I was a dumb high schooler that didn't really know what he wanted to do. I emailed the lead professor of CS after getting into a CS course that I really enjoyed. And I said, hey, can I switch into this major? The guy was super supportive, super cool about it, yada, yada. Basically, long backstory. I really enjoy computer science. I really enjoy making games. That's always what I wanted to do. But with that being said, lately, over the last 5 or 6 months or so, I've taken a lot on my plate where I don't really have time to keep up with like programming and game design projects and things like that. So basically I needed to cut something out. And so what I'm doing right now in my life is I'm doing some video production I just did some videos for ESL, which I think went pretty well. I'm quite happy with those. They were pretty happy with those too. I'm doing, of course, my channel, Dota Alchemy, casting. There's quite a lot of things. And with Dota Alchemy, I'll explain why Dota Alchemy was the thing that I chose to like basically cut out later. But I needed time to do programming and stuff. I don't want to fall behind on that. And I don't plan on just like jumping ship from Dota by any means. I still want to keep making Dota videos, even if, let's say, I hypothetically went and got a job at Google or something. I mean, I'm not going to do that. I would still keep playing Dota and making Dota videos as long as I enjoy it, and I currently do. So basically, Dota Alchemy is the largest time sink for me. And as a result of wanting to transition more towards development, I decided to step away. So let's talk about Donnie next, because I know a lot of people want something related to Donnie in this, because I'm sure in his video he talked a lot about me because I was leaving. And of course, like I said, the dynamic is really the community, me, Donnie. Donnie's like a brother, legitimately. That guy could say things that would destroy me. And I don't mean like he could blackmail me. I mean, he could say words to me that would crush me. that's how well he knows me. I know that sounds weird, but I just mean like he knows all of my darkest insecurities, deepest, darkest. He knows what makes me tick, and I think I know him that well too. We have worked together for so long. We're basically like brothers. But with that being said, we both have mega problems. We get depressed, we get anxious, we lose our minds and get addicted to Dota, and we binge queue for like a week straight. And that's probably the one thing that I think both of us didn't like. Anytime Donnie and I would do a video, anytime we would hang out, anytime, it would be great, right? But it's when that wasn't happening that was the problem. Basically having your financial and emotional well-being dictated by another guy who could maybe not want to record a video or do a stream because they're having some like manic episode, it's pretty bad. If Donnie would downward spiral, I would have one. If I would downward spiral, he would have one. And I realize that that's probably pretty normal in like a standard business partnership. I know there's probably a lot of people thinking that right now, like, Jenkins, you're basically describing a relationship. But in my opinion, that, number one, Dota players are insane. We're both nuts, so it's a little different. But also, in my opinion, this like lack of control and feeling like somebody else's downward spirals can control your life, it doesn't make sense in this particular situation, because we could both just have our own channels and still collab when we're both up for it. And that's what didn't make sense to me of both of us impacting each other when we're having these negative episodes is that why aren't we just only together when the positives are happening, you know? Like, and we've both talked about this. Like after I quit, we both want to do collabs if possible in the future. There's no reason that we can't like keep doing a podcast or something like that and guest in videos and stuff. There's nothing against that. But finally, I do want to talk about the community. This is a big one for me. There are so many people that I want to name drop, and I'm just gonna say, if you're watching this and I say that, you know who you are. You really do. Basically, all of the patrons, the people that would come every stream, we would know you by name. Like, this is one of the things that I'm most grateful for in my life, is having the opportunity to meet so many different people, diverse, talented, positive people, doctors, you know, people who own candy stores, German people, Australians, Swedish, Chinese, everything. It's just insane. I can't believe I live in a day and age where I have the opportunity to interact with so many people that are so different. I've talked to you guys about philosophy, psychology. You've helped me through periods where I've had family members pass away. I talked to you about Dota. I would talk to you about relationships, business advice, life advice. Like, the list goes on. It is so beyond Dota that I legitimately could not repay in any sort of value what these people have done for me. It's I can't express how like grateful I am for that. And I, in the future, want to do a better job interacting with and involving community members in videos and streams. If you've watched Dota Alchemy podcasts, you probably know, if you watch a lot of them, you probably know that both Donnie and I think that there's a huge void of, there are really talented personalities in the community that don't get airtime, and they should, and the world needs to see them. And I really want to try to do better with that somehow. I have some ideas. If you have any ideas with that, actually, you know, drop a comment, because I'm all ears with that. I legitimately think that there's a lot of people out there that are hilarious and cool and would make really good content. It's just a little hard to figure out exactly what. So the future for me, and I do want to say here that I'm, once again, really grateful that people are even interested. Never thought I'd be in the position in life where people are mad at me for not making a video like this. Like, that level of passion for the community and what we are doing on Dota Alchemy is insane. It's crazy. So what I want to do is I want to keep making videos. I know a lot of people were wondering, am I leaving Dota? No. I'll leave when I'm bored of it, but I love the game, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. And I'm going to make videos for my channel, and I'm going to make them when I feel like I have a good idea. which is generally what I've been doing. I've been a little on the slower side because with, of course, Dota Alchemy, I had less time. So it's going to probably be like 1.5x what I'm making right now. I'm going to keep playing Dota, but I do want to have less of my self-worth tied to the game, so I can have better mental health. And that's another reason for leaving Dota Alchemy, is just I want more of my self-worth to be tied with my programming projects as opposed to my MMR and what people think of me on my videos, because I feel like that can be a really toxic cycle. And then also, like I mentioned before, I want to spend more time programming and working on my kind of side game design projects, so that way I can just get good at that, as opposed to just kind of playing video games forever, which is fun, but not the absolute most productive thing. Anyway, that's it for this video. 10 minutes, 51 seconds of rambling. Thank you so much if you've watched until the end. I will probably have more news coming soon on future additions to the channel, maybe a Patreon with some different perks, maybe I'll stream. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure just yet, but thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and I hope to see you in another video.